Hey everybody, been a while since I've done a long form video on this channel, but I did a short probably 2 or 3 months ago when it was still cold out on this ride right here, my Transition Repeater, um, full suspension, full powered transition e-bike. That short did really well and a lot of you gave me really good feedback on it. So I'm going to do a more in-depth bike check on this mountain bike. It is my only mountain bike at this point, and probably because it rides great. Who you can't go wrong with an e-bike. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't appreciate them the way that most of the owners do because of the laps and the more fun you get out of them. I guess people just hate fun, but whatever. So I'm going to go over some of the parts on this build that I selected and made it ready for anything pretty much. I'm going to turn the camera around and get a little more in depth on my transition repeater. This is the first iteration of the repeater that Transition put out, and a good friend of mine owns a bike shop that is a Transition dealer, and when Transition put these on the closeout pricing, just really couldn't go wrong. Shimano EP8, pretty tried and true. The battery is phenomenal. No complaints about getting rides in, and some upgrades I've done to it. This was the base model, so it did come with a Zeb, the base. I had it upgraded, as you can see, to the better damper, and kind of had things juiced up in there so we could have more control and more tuning to the front fork. Since I've changed it out, I love it. The adjustments really have suited my riding style very well. Moving down front here, got those i9s, Hydras, the Enduros. You can't go wrong with them. I like aluminum wheels, so just keep that in your mind. I got SRAM, I believe these are the Code Silvers. We'll move up here to the lever. Yeah, Code Silvers. I really like them. Definitely an upgrade over the Magoras that came on this bike. They were just not that powerful. Not my type of riding. Just wasn't enough braking. I'm sure that you guys can relate, having a bike that's under-braked. Or not, maybe you've just always gotten lucky. But nonetheless, we'll move up to the cockpit. Lizard Skims, Ori grips. I really enjoy the way that the Code Silvers, they go back to the bars instead of straight out with this, God forbid, headset routing cable setup. Everybody hates that, I know, but it is what it is. I think it looks nice and clean. Only 2 cables, hoses, whatever you want to call them. Left side there. Spank stem kind of matches these Zeb graphic color. I do not ride a controller for the motor, for the battery, for the power on this. If you didn't know, you can adjust it from here, put it into all the different modes by pressing and holding down the button on your display. Some call it annoying. I just think it looks cleaner, and I broke that wire that runs from the controller to this, so just working with what I got. These are the 1-up bars that have the internal cable routing or the internal wire routing. Unfortunately, I didn't know whenever I swapped out grips that I was going to break the cable, so no longer have that wire, no longer have a controller, but super clean cockpit. As you can see, I have a SRAM reverb, access reverb post, so nothing on the left side. And the right side, I have the access controller as well, which makes things very clean, very tidy. That's what I'm going for here. Moving back a little bit, we'll go down to this Vivid. I want to talk about this Vivid. When I put this on there, it completely changed the ride of this bike. I had the Fox X2 that has very mixed reviews. Some people blow them out, some people don't. I am a Shox guy, and when the Vivid Air came out, I was all about it. The only downfall to this, and if you do have a repeater and you have a water bottle cage, it does hit. Even with the smallest bottle, even in the highest position, it does hit. I was using the Fidlock, and I no longer can because of the size, but that is what it is. Going down to drivetrain, still stock. I'm just running some 1-up aluminum pedals. They've obviously seen some wear. I do have the pin kit and I do have the bearing kit, but they're still rocking pretty good for me. Lezyne, I believe they call it an Arundel bottle cage from the side, and the air tag on the bottom. Don't try to steal my bike, now you know where the air tag is. But moving up, reverb, axis post, best post in the game in my opinion. Absolute instant engagement, so cannot beat that one. Moving back, one thing that changed mountain biking for me was the Axis GX option. I love the wireless electronic shifters. I really think that they are something to rely on. I think if you can deal with the battery situations and charging the batteries, I have two. Like I said, I have the Axis post as well. I charge them at the same time. Can't ride my bike without either one of them. Why not just charge them at the same time, make it happen? But that is one of the best things about this bike and about all bikes. I had the Axis GX on my Ripmo that I previously had. I missed that bike. I wish I still had it as an acoustic bike, but unfortunately I needed some cash and sold it. The kid who bought it is a snowshoe local, so I'm sure he's really enjoying it, especially as it comes to that time of year. But yeah, we got the i9 Hydra in the back as well, and that SRAM silver. Overall, I really like this bike. It's the only mountain bike that I have. Like I said, it's beefy. I believe it's 170. I don't think I changed anything with the travel, but I think Transitions ride well. I think they pedal well. I even have looked into getting one of their acoustic versions, and I might turn into something like that sooner rather than later. But we'll see what happens about getting another acoustic bike. Gotta get some money in line for that, but that's how it goes. Anyways, I'm gonna flip the camera around here. All right, guys, thanks for watching my bike check here on my Transition Repeater. Like I said, I love this bike. I would recommend it to anybody. I don't know that they make an EP8 version of it anymore, but nonetheless, I would recommend Transition e-bikes to anybody in the market for one. My next long form here on YouTube is going to be about the 26-inch S&M DJ BJ frame. I'm pretty excited about this one. If you know anything about me, I'm an S&M junkie, and all my BMX bikes have been S&M over the last, I don't know, a lot of years. But nonetheless, they came out with a dirt jumper frame, and I'm going to set it up in a 24-inch wheel setup and see what happens. There's not a lot of videos on YouTube or videos in general about 24-inch wheels on a dirt jumper. I guess in Europe and England, they are more popular than they are here, but we run the 26s for whatever reason. They run the 24s. I don't know the difference. I don't know that there is a difference, but I have a local wheel builder setting me up with a set of 24-inch wheels, and I'm going to throw them on this Fairdale that I have now. It's actually behind, it's on the other side of the camera, sitting in pieces as I wait for the wheels to come in. But I'm also going to put those 24-inch wheels on the S&M and make a video about it, review it, let everybody know what's up with 24-inch wheels, what's up with the S&M dirt jumper, and go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Evan from the Iron Pedals YouTube channel, and come back for more.